say a pleasant good day to everyone. Good morning from all of us here in Bella Italia. My two amazing dogs are happy and we are on the olive farm. I came early, I got my weed walker. That's a small one, small power saw as well. And I'm just beginning to recuperate everything here at our healing facility. Nature healing, okay, that's what we deal with. My wife is a psychologist and I am a passionate, and I was healed right here and I'm continue to be healed right here. And in this video today I want to talk about EI, emotional intelligence. Okay, EI, I think that God is the master of emotional intelligence. You see how the Bible says that God is slow to anger. You have to be really emotionally intelligent to watch 8 billion people almost sinning every day, breaking your rules, laws and command, and you don't smite and obliterate and destroy the entire planet with a snap of a finger. Okay? You have to really get emotional intelligence. So I think we as Christians and the Christian personal development journey, when we accept Christ in our lives and become Christians and start studying the Bible and developing the Christ-like mindset, one of the key factors that I have learned is dealing with emotional intelligence. Okay, now what is it? It is important and it's a life skill, okay, and it helps us to navigate our emotions, but not only in ourselves, also in others, okay. And now there's a global holistic movement going on, and you need it more than ever, especially with working it remotely, and it is very important in the modern workplace, right? So you want to be emotionally intelligent for many things. One of these things is to experience lower stress levels, and you want to also be able to understand others and dealing with others, because we can't just pass through life dealing with our own selves and studying our own emotions. We have to also study the emotions of others in our relationship, in dealing with people and working with them, okay? And we know that emotion is a natural precursor to thought. People are emotionally triggered, then they think, and then they speak and act, okay? An emotionally heightened situation results in a change not only in decision making and interpersonal skills, but also has a diminishing effect on our cognitive abilities. This unique process allows for the development of self-awareness and reflection in aspects in and out of the office or anywhere else, especially the ability to reflect and impact individuals within one's sphere of influence, okay? And EI, okay, we have to know what it is in order to discuss it. So emotional intelligence, or sometimes called EQ, emotional quotient, okay, is a relatively modern concept and was only fully developed in the mid-1990s, okay. And Mayer and Salovey, the pioneers of the concept, Mayer and Salovey, okay, they are the pioneers of the concept of EI or EQ, emotional intelligence or emotional quotient, okay. And they define it as emotional intelligence is the ability to perceive emotions. You have to perceive it, that's key, to access and generate emotions, to assist thought, to understand emotions and emotional knowledge, and to reflectively regulate emotions, to promote emotional and intellectual growth. That is key. Okay, that's Mayer and Salovey, who are the pioneers of the concept of EI or EQ, emotional intelligence or emotional quotient. Okay, I will read it for you again. Emotional intelligence is the ability to perceive. This is key. Perceive emotions. Emotions from where? Within yourself and within others. To access and generate emotions. To access and to generate emotion. To assist thought. To understand emotions and emotional knowledge, and to reflectively regulate emotions to promote emotional and intellectual growth. Okay, emotional intelligence. So with all that definition and everything out of the way, you know me, I'm always working, animals, tractor, I'm cleaning up, and I'm out here. It's always beautiful. Now, one of the things that my wife, Dr. Maria Caterina Vetro, psychologist, MD, and during my treatment and stuff here in Italy for the last 8 years, overcoming and breaking bad habits and addiction, I was always curious, but I began delving a little bit into psychology. Well, not a little bit, a lot. Now, I'm not a psychologist. I have no degree, no papers, nothing. But I am talking to you from the perspective as a consumer, a user of this very recent science, just over 120 years thereabout old. Okay, and I began getting interested in this because I really needed some real healing, guys, from many years of failures and traumas and bad choices and not being emotionally intelligent with my life. I believe that if in hindsight, in retrospect, if I was emotionally intelligent, I would have had a life of stability and I would have made better choices. And that's how I discovered emotional intelligence. It's not that I'm an expert. You don't have to be an expert to talk about anything in this modern age. You can read about something, you can use it, you can study it, and then you can give your opinions on the subject or on the topic that you're dealing with, the product, whatever it is. This is one of the beauty about living in the modern age. These are days gone by where in the 18th century Mr. John Thom was the expert at physics, and so only he could have spoken about physics. Today, if I want to talk about physics, I can sit down and read a PDF about physics. I make sure I understand it pretty much. It's not everything about physics. I'm not an expert on the subject of physics, and it depends on what type of physics. If it's quantum physics or some other type of physics, okay? And so what happened is that we are living in very beautiful times. And so I am taking advantage of this in my content creation process on my healing journey and becoming the best version of myself as a Christian, because when you change your life, I found out that you need a power higher than yourself, who you conceive and perceive God to be. Now, every man, woman, boy, and girl has their own concept. You've got to follow something somewhere along the line. What you follow is what you follow. But what I follow, I share about. Now, you are not obligated to believe what I'm saying or accept what I'm saying. One part of this is being emotionally intelligent. Being able to stand on the ground that, hey, I'm open to listen to the other person's perspective, the other person's position, the other person's belief. If I was a person that didn't make myself open to listening to others and becoming being open to hearing what others believe and stand for in the world, I would be not emotionally intelligent. I would be closed. There wouldn't be room for me to expand the horizon of my mind, my intellect. Okay? And so the thought processes must be followed, or better yet put, before the thought processes begin, you must make sure that you are standing on grounds that you are emotionally intelligent. Now this is a journey. I'm not giving you a video about emotional intelligence because I am the master of emotional intelligence. I'm still learning a lot about myself. As a matter of fact, with emotional intelligence, I'm in deficit. Confession. I'm in deficit. One of the things that I found in my own personal life when it comes to being emotional intelligent, one of the hindrances, the blockages, was anger. In the past, I got angry very easily. Now, a person that becomes angry can become angry for many reasons, but you can only become or reveal, I should say, what you are inside. So if you're walking around with anger in the world, there's no way that you could be emotionally intelligent. You won't reflect the character of being an emotionally intelligent person. I have studied other great people around, read about them, watched videos, and how people respond and act and react under pressure, also in times of animosity and aggression, in circumstances of disagreement. And I noticed there are some key character traits about people that are emotionally intelligent. Number one, in chaos and under pressure, okay, they remain calm. Number two, because they have this ability to remain calm, they can immediately master their emotions. And number two, they decide how they're going to react. They decide. Their emotions are not ruled by outside entities, forces, individuals, circumstances, situations. They decide how they are going to react. You see, because your words define your character, and also your actions and reactions define your character. And so, if you want to know how a person is, you don't watch how they talk or what they say. You will see this by how they react, what they say, okay, in the time of that situation. But you know, if a person is talking normally, like how I'm teaching you this and talking to you and sharing this with you, I would put forward my best front. But behind closed doors, if somebody would come and aggress me and taunt me and provoke me, that is where the real manifestation of my character will reveal itself. And I will have to have the highest order of emotional intelligence that will precede my thoughts, and because it will enable me to detect the emotions of the other person coming against me, and the emotions that read my own emotions that are gyrating inside, and it will enable me to be selective in the way I act, react, respond. It will give me the ability to effect responsibility. My ability, my chosen ability, the chosen way to respond. Responsibility. I remain with my responsibility. I can effect my responsibility into the reality of the situation, rather than being dragged down into the situation which the other person is bringing towards me, and then thereby showing my own self and the outside world that I'm not emotionally stable and intelligent. Emotional intelligence, as far as I have dealt with it in my own life, and I continue to use it, read about it, study about it, it's the beauty of having a phone. You see, in this day and age, you can study anything, my friends. Anything. You don't have to go to that big university. University is good, but the entire world that we live in is a universe, and it is a university, okay? And we live in a modern age where I can come here with an encyclopedia, a big old encyclopedia, and I can sit down under this olive tree and I can gain knowledge. But I can also go down there in that Italian Lorto garden, organic garden, and I can take out one piece of gadget, a phone, and I can type in anything once I have an internet connection, and I can spend some minutes at a time every day reading on this thing and developing myself. So one of the things that I urge you to do in the personal development walk in life. Okay, I teach spirituality, transformation / psychology, and physical transformation, holistic approach, triune approach to a reformation, not reformation, sorry, transformation. I spoke about reformation in another video. You can go and see that. Transformational, personal and professional growth. Okay, now, am I an expert in psychology? No, I got nothing. Am I a theologian for and an authority in speaking on Christianity? No. I come to you from the perspective of what I'm using to rebuild myself. Okay, so if you want to get this clear, I'm here now. Let's go back to the beginning. In 2015 was the closing, January 9th, midnight 2015. My bad life came to a close through one decision. Okay, through one decision. Okay, so that decision was, I'm going to change my life for the better. And I don't know how, but I'm going to do it. I resolved to doing this. It wasn't pretentious. And I started on a self-improvement journey. Now, when I started on the self-improvement journey, I was completely lost. I was alone. Okay. I wasn't reading my Bible every day. I didn't have any literature on hand. Okay. I didn't have any money. I had a problem. Okay. Addictions and bad habits. So first, I had to deal with that. And I dealt with that 5 years. 5 years right over there in that house. 5 right there in nature. And when I started repairing my life, it was a painful process at the onset. Everything was chaotic and foggy mind, confusing. I don't know, if you've got your life in order, cahoots to you. I wish I was like you. Okay? Then I wouldn't have had to go through all the messes that I so choose to go through, that I went through. But people make mistakes. Okay? And a mistake or a set of mistakes are okay. But there is a point where you have to become a responsible individual. So I made that decision to become a responsible person, and I started my personal development growth. Now fast forward 8 years, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot scripturally from the Bible. On my own, I've learned a lot psychologically from my wife and her teachers and people that I come in contact with that help me and continue to help me. You feel like I'm just here standing by myself? Yeah, I'm working out. You know how many people I come in contact with here in Italy, professionals, people that compliment me and tell me, Marvin, you are an exception. You're doing great. Very few last as long as you, coming from the background you're coming from. I get it all the time. And I continue to read while working hard, tending to plants and farm and gardens and tractor up there. Let's take a walk because it's bushy. But I'm going to go through here. I'm sorry about that. But I continue to do this. I have to check the worker. You see, and I'm making a video. I continue doing this and working, cleaning bush, cleaning olives, reaping and harvesting olives, raising a family, starting and raising a family, educating. Today is my child's exam. Okay? And her first exam. Okay? I mean, life. So, emotional intelligence and emotional intelligence to a mature level goes with without saying of you actually using it and implementing it in your life. Okay? I am a lay person. I don't know everything. No one can know everything. Okay? So what I do know is that
there is a thing that will make or break your ability to be emotionally intelligent, and that is anger. Because anger blocks. Okay? When you become angry and you can't control it anymore, you are blocked. Do you know some people get angry and they commit bad actions that they didn't even know? They were oblivious to the facts of what they did. You understand this? I'm going up a huge mountain. This is mountains, guys. So, long story short, I'm learning about emotional intelligence. Don't get it twisted that I'm trying to be an expert on the Bible, an expert on psychology, and an expert in the physical entrepreneurial space. These are all my three-pronged approaches that I continue using, that I've developed for my own self. I've thrown away a lot of things, videos, ideas, approaches that didn't work for me. And I ended up with these three: spirituality, psychology, and entrepreneurship. And you've got to be emotionally intelligent to have an idea or set of ideas and then prove them in your own life and see. Bagnato! Va bene, vuoi provare giù? Giù sopra la casa. No, lasciala lì.
L'ho portato una volta.
Sì, va bene. Una volta così con la zappa posso seminare.
Se lo passiamo due, va. Se deve piantare meglio che lo passiamo due volte.
Ok.
Lo faccio un'altra volta.
Va bene, grazie mille. So excuse me about that. So yeah, so imagine learning a new language, Italian. That's a very hard language, okay? Some people say when you speak Spanish you can speak Italian. Spanish is Spanish, Italian is Italian. And so the ability to implement emotional intelligence in their own life, layer upon layer, different levels, for you to grow emotionally. You have to look for the impediments that will stagnate or negate or prevent your advancement in becoming and growing emotionally intelligent. Anger is one. I'm sharing it in this video. The more easily you become angry. In the book of Ecclesiastes, it says anger resides in the bosoms of fools. Go and Google it. So I was one of these fools, sorry to say. I mean, it's the truth. I used to get angry at, anything that opposes me. And then I had to transcend that, and this is a hard stage. This is one of the hardest stages. And because a lot of people in society cannot control their anger, they lash out without emotional intelligence. They lash out because they don't got emotional intelligence, and then we end up with crimes and a lot of social problems. So if I can teach people a little I know in using the young science of emotional intelligence that I spoke about at the onset of this video, then it will do a great deal of help. So I use emotional intelligence to test my emotions. Remember, I'm coming from a background after my fall in life where, let's go, let me show you the tractor, how I'm plowing. I used to suffer a lot, no less, because I'm growing, of getting urges or relapses and going back to my bad habits. That used to happen. I had to use emotional intelligence to study me. Okay? So, don't think that you're going to learn about emotional intelligence to study people and prove yourself smarter than people and all of this. You have to use it first to study yourself. That's what I recommend. Because if you know yourself better and better as time goes by, and you study yourself more, and you study your internal emotions, okay, your emotions internally, you will be able to detect a lot of negatives in yourself and make adjustments. And that will enable you and I to act into the contrary if it's negative and reflect a better person and personality, a better life and lifestyle when it comes to dealing with
yourself in relation to others in this world. And so I deal with workers all the time. I don't want you to think that it's nice and easy. These people have hard characters, especially here in Italy, the farmers. Many a times I tell them, hey, plow here for me. You see, I was talking to him just now and he told me, listen, I can't plow here, it's wet. Okay? And I said, okay, well, go down. I said, but I'm going to plant like that anyway. That's what I said in Italian. With the first pass that you did. The one pass that you did, you said, well, if you're going to plant, I'm going to go one more time. Usually they go 5-6 times. Okay? But I've got to get crops here. Okay? I plan to make organic beans here. Okay? This is my water hose. So, see that? A lot of water. I made this system 7 years ago in healing, when I was in rehab, and now I'm growing 8 years. Now, am I emotionally intelligent, perfect, science, feel and done? No way, Jose. I've got a lot of flaws in me. But I'm working on myself, and I have arrived to the position where I can pick up the subject matter and I know enough just to talk about it in reference to how I'm using it in my life. In me growing and walking during my personal development, self-development, self-improvement journey. That's the point of all my videos. Okay? The flowers you have to learn from life of the field are in great diversity in various and varying the ecosystem, and they're all beautiful and they're all different in color and symmetry and design and everything by God. The flowers don't have to tell each other, I am better than you. I'm personalizing them, okay? They don't do that. They just stand on the mountainside and they coexist with each other and they complement each other's uniqueness and they reflect the beauty of God's creation in our world. That's what you and I must endeavor to do, and emotional intelligence will help you and I to accomplish this. This brings me to the end of this video blog. You must learn that you don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be a teacher. You don't have to be a professor, okay, to talk about anything. Everyone in Italy, in the community up there on the mountains, in the Borgo, that's where we live, all the way in the distance, okay, they listen to Mervyn when I speak about the olive oil. Now they all know that I wasn't born in Italy and I'm not an Italian. But they know that I've been working side by side with them, alongside them, for 8 years every day. And so I have arisen to a position where they now respect what I have to say about olives. Now they all know that I'm not an olive expert. Okay? So you understand now what I'm saying? So with this video and all my other videos, okay, if you're looking for perfection, you will never find it, because I'm not a perfect guy. I am a guy in healing. And I'm a guy that's showing that after 8 years where I have arrived and how I'm doing it and where I intend to go. And I'm doing great. Well done, Mervyn. You understand that? I love you. Have an amazing day. God bless you, and He cause His face to shine upon you and may He reflect His emotional intelligence in your life through Jesus Christ, His only begotten Son, who displayed the highest emotional intelligence possible before human beings ever discovered the science of emotional intelligence, the psychology and the subtopic of psychology as emotional intelligence in the world. Jesus Christ displayed it long ago, and it is there as an example for us, and we can use the Christ-like actions and mindset to effect emotional intelligence in a godly way in this world, and not just the psychological way, which falls short of the godly way all the time. Because God is paramount in life, and God is number one. God created man, and God created man in His own image and likeness, and because of this, you must know that your emotions were created by God and came from God, and the only one that can help you to be emotionally intelligent on our greatest grandiose scale, superior to any situation, to display the highest level and form of emotional intelligence, is the one that created our emotions. Okay? Take that to the bank. I will see you in another video. Tell them bye. Tell them to thumbs up and to like and to share and to press that notification bell, that when I upload new videos like this, tell them they will be notified of my uploads, and they must leave their comments below, and that I will respond personally, and if not, you as my virtual assistant will respond to them. Okay? Let them know that we're